Well, here we go again. This is X, Y, and Z of my psychedelic records. My last video for a while. Very bittersweet for me. Recently, I finished my 33rd episode, and my wife said, well, why don't you call the next one episode 33 and a third? I told her I'd give you honorable mention for that. Nice work. We're going to talk about X, Y, and Z, but before we do, there's always a before, isn't there? There's a group I completely spaced out on. I mean, who could imagine spacing out on psychedelic music? And that would be the Beach Boys. Well, Brian Wilson, of course, when Sgt. Pepper came out, there was always a rivalry between the Beatles and the Beach Boys. And they were both on Capitol in the United States. And when the Beatles came out with Sgt. Pepper, it threw Brian into a tailspin. And he was trying to come up with the most incredible pop album of all time. It didn't happen, of course. He went crazy, unfortunately. But he's still giving us a lot of wonderful music in spite of that. It was his original vision was never quite realized at the time. Later on, there were versions. This is a CD version of Smile. And this is the Beach Boys' psychedelic masterpiece. Of course, Smiley Smile was released as an album. And here's where you got that, I'm getting those good vibrations. Woo! Theremin on there. Wonderful stuff. Woo, man. Wind Chimes is great stuff. Of course, Heroes and Villains. Which sounds like Van Dyke. I think Van Dyke Parks was working with Brian Wilson on that one because it has a very Van Dyke Parks feel to it. Vegetables is really great. It wasn't just the mothers that talked about vegetables. This is a good album. It's not great. Poor Brian. But certainly he touched greatness with those efforts. Okay, now we're finally in X. I didn't have any X's. There may be some X's out there. I don't have them. But I do have some Y's. And we got a great one here. The Yankee Dollar. From 1968. San Luis Obispo, California. The Yankee Dollar. Ooh, man. On Dot Records. What do we say about this guy? 3 stars. It's folk rock psych. They do some 4 covers of Hardwater. I don't know why that is. But we start off with the song Sanctuary. It gets 4 stars. It's a nice cover. It's psyche. Then we got Good Old Friends. Good Old Friends. Who doesn't want those? 3 stars. It's a psych. And then we got Catch the Wind. Catch the Wind. All these songs are short. There's one long one coming up here. Catch the Wind. 4 star. A lot of fuzz guitar in there. It's a cover, of course. There's a number of covers on here. And then we've got If in Swimming. And that one it's fair folk rock. And then finally, we've got on this first side, Follow Your Dreams Way. Almost 7 minutes. Follow Your Dreams Way. 5 star. Early psych. Some great solos. We got some good fuzz on that thing. Ooh, Yankee Dollar. Working all day for the Yankee Dollar. Then we get into side 2. Side 2 starts off with Live and Let Live. Sounds like a James Bond movie. 3.5 star. Nice folk rock psych. Ooh, Live and Let Live. Thanks, guys. And then we got a good cover on the City Sidewalks. And Let's Get Together, of course, is a Youngbloods song. We're going to talk about Youngbloods. Nice cover on those. But the next one, Winter Boy. I call it the worst female folk music of all time. Congratulations, you won the award. The worst. But we follow that with The Times They Are A-Changin'. Yeah, they are changing, aren't they? Yeah, Bob changed it a lot. In fact, I think the pivotal moment was when Bob Dylan introduced the Beatles to pot. It was never the same after that. The Beatles' music were never the same. None of the stuff was the same. Thank you, Bob. He did it. Yay, Bob. We got him in there again. Times is, they are changing. It's fuzzed out. I give it 3.5 stars. Ooh, man. Ooh, fuzz out that Dylan. We love it. And we finally finished with Johann Sebastian, not Johann Sebastian Bach, Johann Sebastian Cheetah. Cheetah? Maybe they're from that nightclub, the Cheat album. Remember that Cheat album where it's a 5-star on Johann Sebastian. Wild Sight. Great words. Great fuzz. Great organ. Oh, man. What do we got here? This is the main collection. 3.5 stars I give. Yankee Dollar. Except no substitutes. It's still the currency of the world. Alrighty. Now we're going to get into a British. No, we're not. First, we're going to do something else here. This is a weirdo. Oh, man. Zalman Yanovsky had a solo album, Alive and Well in Argentina. And there's little pictures of Zal floating around. and why was he in Argentina? Was he a Nazi? Well, some people might think so. He was in a loving spoonful. And unfortunately, he got busted for pot. And he turned in the person who gave him the pot. So he was kind of blacklisted at that point. He got kicked out of the Loving Spoonful. They were kind of falling apart anyway at that point. John Sebastian was going on to more solo stuff. And he came up with a solo album. And you're saying, so? Who cares? But there is actually, this is only a 2-star album. It's horrible. Vocals weak, great guitar, goofy as you'd expect. It's a kiss-off swan song from drug-busted stool pigeon member of the Loving Spoonful. The best thing on here is Hip Toad. Yeah, I said that. Hip Toad. That's 3-star, flipped out psych, sort of like Frank Zappa. There's Broke, there's Harpsichord, and Fuzz. It's 6 minutes long. Check out that Hip Toad. But don't spend more than $1 for this. Please. It's not worth it. I'm sorry, Zal. I know you tried. It's not in the main collection. Back into the tomb from where you came. Back, I say. Back. Get back. Get back. All right. Now we're going to get to the British band. Oh, man. The Yardbirds. For your love. For your love. The Yardbirds, great British band, real rave-up band, a lot of jamming. Featured 3 of the greatest guitarists of all times. Can you name them? Jeff Beck, Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page. The greatest. And those guys were with this band at their most fuzzed-out, psychedelic, ultimate level. So we've got a lot of good stuff here. Now this album, For Your Love, this was an early one. When did this come out? I don't know, 65, I think, 60, probably 66, I would imagine. I'm not talking, and that's what I got to say. Man, these are some great stuff. And it's not psych, necessarily. It's, I Wish You Would, A Certain Girl. They do some covers here. This is their first album. Keith Ralph, of course, went on to some great things. A lot of good people in here. Jeff Beck was the first guitarist on this album. Not psych. It's beat. It's R&B, rock and roll, kind of that Stone stuff. A lot of blues covers. But these guys progressed. Now we're getting into some psych here. I believe this one's from 67. I didn't write the numbers down on this one. Having a rave up with the Yardbirds. Yeah, man. Get it on those Yardbirds. Yeah. And what do we got on here? Mr. You're a Better Man Than I. Everybody covered that one. Evil Hearted You. I'm a Man. Muddy Waters. Kicking. Hard stuff. Still I'm sad. Still I'm sad. Kind of psyche there. It's good stuff. Heart full of soul. It's a great song. Heart full of soul. It was a hit. The train kept rolling all night long. Good stuff. Good stuff. Smokestack Lightning. Thank you. Oh, man. I got to see Howlin' Wolf years ago. Oh, he is the king. I love him. Smokestack Lightning. And these guys just, they rave it up. They fuzz it out. Oh, it's so good. Respectable. I'm a Man. More of that stuff. More of that Muddy Water stuff. And then finally, Here 'Tis. More rave up, more psyche stuff. So we're getting into psych with this one. It's good stuff. You'll love it. Now we're getting off the deep end of the psych. I think this was, I don't know. Sorry I didn't get the ears on these. This one's got to be like 60, 68. Over, under, sideways down. That crazy sound. Yardbirds. Yeah. Lost Woman. Great song. Over, under, sideways down. A hit. Psychedelic for sure. Hot House of Omar Rashid. That was Psych. Jeff's Boogie. Of course, Jeff is playing on there, jamming away. Turn into Earth. That was heavy Psych. Turn into Earth. Ooh, kind of a after death dirge. What do you want? Ever since the world began. So this is a decent album. It's psychedelic to the max here. We're getting out there, man. We're getting crazy with this stuff. Here's their last album, Little Games. I think this one was from 68. It was a later one, maybe 69. So it looks like they're in a casino or something there, right? What do we got here? Little Games. It was a pop hit. Little Games. I want to play some more. And then a great guitar in there. Ooh, man. Smile on me, baby. That's good. White Summer. Good Psych. Ooh, White Summer. Love that stuff. Tinker Tailor, Soldier Sailor. That was not Psych so much, kind of pop, but it's good stuff. Very, very adult. Glimpses. I don't remember that one. Drinking Muddy Water. More blues. No Excess, Stealing. Only the Black Rose. That was really good. Psych for sure. Only the Black Rose. Ooh, they went out on a good swan song here. Little Games. The Yardbirds. It was a blues rock band who kind of fell in the Psych. They all fell in the Psych at that point, right? Here's an interesting double album it's worth having. It's mostly duplicated by the studio albums. I don't know what this is. Picture this, Yardbirds number 4. What are the song tracks on this thing? Oh, it's mostly blues. I'm a Man. Jeff's Blues. Still I'm Sad for Your Love. I don't know what this thing is. I never even played it. Picture this. This one with Sonny Boy Williamson is horrible. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Yardbirds. You really messed up on this one. It's just not good. I'm sorry. And that's for the Yardbirds. An amazing band. Keith Ruff, of course, went on to Renaissance in 1975. And he was also, he did 2 albums with a progressive band featuring Annie Haslam. Renaissance was really good. His first album that he did with Renaissance was pretty good. Second one was so-so. Then he kind of left and went on to do some other things like Armageddon. But really a great 60s, somewhat psychedelic band. Okay, now from Torrance, California, 1969, we have the Yellow Payges. Of course, for those people not young enough to remember what the Yellow Payges are, it used to be people had phones that hung on the wall or like on a desk or something, and you had to pick them up and you had to dial numbers. And the Yellow Pages were every year the phone company published it, listed all the businesses in the area, as long as you paid them money. This is an interesting little Psych. It's like the Yardbirds. It's that rave up blues rock stuff. What do I say about these guys? They're surrounded by Yellow Pages in the back. There's a Yellow Page for you. There's a phone book for you. Okay, 4 stars. 1969. Nice boogie rock. Some Psych edge to it. Yardbirds tribute is bad, unfortunately, on side 2. Drum solo, mindless boogie. There's some good stuff on here. I paid $1 for it. What do you want? It's pretty good. It's what do we got here that's really good? 2 of Us is really good. Crowd Pleaser, Moonfire, Moonfire. Devil Woman. I love that Devil Woman. I'm a Man. The Yardbirds does have a drum solo we talked about. It's kind of muddy waters in places. There's wah wah in here. There's fuzz. Everything you want. But it's heavy blues. Now, some people don't like blues Psych. I had a friend that gave me a whole bunch of great, what I consider to be great psychedelic albums, and he hated them because they were blues based. So if that's the case here, it's not psych per se. They're not. There's not backwards guitar. They're not invoking spirits or calling for the muse or anything here. It's just grungy kind of hard, grungy, psychedelic, somewhat blues rock. So if that's your bag, here you go, man. Go get it. Now this next band, and these guys are from London, is not regarded as psychedelic. They're regarded as one of the greatest prog bands of all times, and that would be Yes. And Yes, their first album from 1969 is actually considered to be psychedelic. Oh, thank you guys. This is not like Fragile. This is not like Closer to the Edge. You're not going to get those amazing progressive jams with that amazing guitar. And yeah, it's killer stuff. Oh man, we love that progressive stuff. This is psychedelia. Oh, this is before all that. It's slightly Beatlesque. There's some good stuff on here. Looking Around, Survival, Every Little Thing. Every Little Thing is a Beatles song, and some reviewers say they did a better job on that than the Beatles. How can you top the Beatles? They did it. Ha! Some of it's meandering, some of it's bluesy, some of it's got a jazz feel to it, as all Yes albums have a jazz feel to them. But it's psych. Some people call it proto prog. It's not quite progressive at this point. It's proto prog. The British cover looks like this has a big Yes. We gotta be different in the States. What do I say about this thing? First album of an incredible group. Very jazzy, good guitar. It's also got a classical sensibility to it. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. There's some songs that bring you forward into the classical Yes era. But you'd be surprised about this one. And here you got John Anderson's on here, Chris Squire, Peter Banks, Tony Kaye, and Bill Bruford. The first Yes album. Psych. Well, we got some Yes, so let's have a little more Yes. But not that Yes. No, I don't cover those. Don't get mad at me. We're not going to cover the rest of the Yes catalog. I could. I'd love to. I won't. This is more Yes. This is Yes. This is Yesterday's Children. Look at these guys. I don't think they're quite children here. Yeah, look at their baby carriage. Guy smoking a cigar. Oh, yesterday's. It's kind of hard to see it still in the shrink. No, I don't take the shrink off the. Years ago, they told us that if you got to take the shrink off the covers because otherwise it'll shrink and it'll warp the record. No, I've never had a record warp. That will not happen. Leave the shrink on there. For one thing, it protects the cover, and you know how much I love covers. Okay, what do we say about these goofy guys? Well, for one thing, it's on a great label, Map City. Yeah, Map City Records. You know, in the corporate world we have today, I don't think there's room for Map City Records, unfortunately. That was a 60s phenomenon. Okay, what do we got here? 4 stars. Turn it the right way, Dennis. 4 stars. Nice psych. Hard rock. Good song. Paranoia. Ooh, Paranoia. Can't go wrong with that. Sad. Sad Born Loser. Paranoia is almost 5 minutes. Sad Born Loser, 4 minutes. Next we have What of I? Good song. And then She's Easy. Almost 7 minutes. She's Easy. That's not a nice thing to say, guys. Then we got on the side 2, Sailing, which I call 4-star psych. 4-star sailing away with Yesterday's Children. Yeah, we love those guys. And then we got Providence and Evil Woman, which I believe is a cover. And Hunter's Moon. Hunter's Moon is good too. 6 minutes. Ooh, we love these guys. They're good. Yesterday's Children. Prospect, Connecticut, 1970. Nonstop Wawa. Nonstop Fuzz. Heavy Psych. Hunter's Moon we talked about. She's easy. Providence, bummer. Some of us like Black Sabbath, early Black Sabbath, and the Yardbirds, or Blue Cheer, or even they do a Spooky Tooth cover on here. So it's good. It's getting pretty rare, I believe, but it's I call it 4-star hard psych. You know, you probably know about me by now after spending 10 hours with me. I love that hard stuff. This is kicking. I love the soft stuff too. You got to be in the mood for it. You're not always in the zombies mood. You're not always going to go for Blue Cheer. This is a good one, though. 4-star psych. Yesterday's Children. Thank you, Connecticut. Now, yesterday. Yesterday. We've got some more yesterday for you now. Here's yesterday's folks, kids. We got it now, yeah. 1969. Yesterday's folks. This is a mixture of raga, jazz, acid rock, pop, African percussion. It's like, and it's even like traffic. Oh, yesterday's folks. US 69. Of course, 69, that's the route that goes north and south. That's a good highway. I like that. It's on Buddha Records. This is a good Buddha. Keep your tongue in there, Dennis. This is good Buddha stuff here. What do we say here? Yesterday's folks. 3-star. Sax dominated. R&B. Psych rock. Okay, I'll take it. Saxophone psych. Who would have thunk it? We start off with I'm on My Way, A Patch of Blue. That was a movie. I'm on with Sidney Poitier. I'm on my way. 5-star sitar, soft psych. There you go, guys. It's soft. It's sitar. I'm on my way. And then we got yesterday's folks. Yeah, yesterday's folks. It's the name of the band. So it's 3-star R&B rock. And then we've got I'm a Nobody. Yeah, just like most of us, we're all nobodies. Good company. 2.5-star, okay. It's just okay. Not great. Then we've got African Sunshine. 2.5-star. It's like Santana. I call it Santana Africana. That'd be a good name for a Santana album. Would it be Santana Africana? So it's what did I say? It's got with chanting. There's chanting on there. Gotta have some chanting. Then we get into side 2, and we start off with I Hear You Talking. And I call it 2 3/4. I couldn't give him 3. Oh, Dennis, you're so cheap. It's like Chicago. I mean, you gotta move me to get 3 stars here. And then we get Punk Funk on Miss Goodbody. Miss Goodbody gets Punk Funk. You got the punk. You got the funk. Ah, yeah. Not psych, though. And then we've got Never a Day Goes By, which is 4-star psych pop. So the psych on here is pretty sparse. But when it appears, it's on the light side. You love that light psych. Ooh, never a day goes by. But the best thing on here, and it's also kind of goofy, 2069, not a space oddity, not a space odyssey, not a space odyssey like David Bowie. No, this is a spaced oddity. Now, after that big rave up, I give it 2.5 stars. But other people like it. It's avant-garde. It's spacey. It's, I believe that's a pretty long cut. 10 minutes, 10.5 minutes on a spaced oddity. Not 2069. So we got to get that 69. And I'm sure you know what the 69 is all about. Okay. So, what we got here? It's 3 stars. It's not essential. It's only got maybe 3 good psych songs on here. So don't break your piggy bank for this one. It's not worth it. But like all collectors, you know, we have a place in our hearts with this stuff. Like, we feel sorry for you guys. You did your best. You got some good stuff on here. We'll keep you. We won't let you go. Don't worry. Okay. Now this next band, Bay Area for sure. They were involved with the psychedelic West Coast, Jefferson Airplane. They played in the Avalon and the Fillmore and all those places with the Grateful Dead and Quicksilver and Steve Miller, all those guys. And that would be the Youngbloods with Jesse Colin Young. This is their first album. This came out in '67. They call this hippie folk rock. It's got 5 great tunes on here. One Note Man, Grizzly Bear. I love that. Grizzly Bear. Doing that grizzly bear. But it's good time music. But it's good time. Could there be such a thing? Yeah, when Youngbloods do it. All over the world, Statsboro Blues, blues. Get Together. Get Together was Dino Valenti wrote that. It's just a beautiful, come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Is it psych? Well, it's kind of psych related. It's that brotherhood, that love everybody kind of thing. All you need is love. What else is good on here? One Note Man, that's a good song. 4 in the Morning's good. The Other Side to This Life, that's a psych classic. Everybody covered that one. CC Rider, everybody's done that. That's nothing. But there's one more good cut on here. Fooling Around. Fooling Around the Waltz with cello. So this isn't psych per se, but it's certainly got the vibe. It's got that psych vibe going for it. Yeah, the first Youngbloods, 1967. I'd call the Youngbloods essential. You may not. I mean, what's essential depends on you. Somebody recently told me that 13th floor elevators, Bull in the Wood was essential. It is in a way. It's got that other worlds added to it. It's like it's beyond Earth. it's out there. It's good stuff though. Okay, back to the Youngbloods. The next album from 1967 is Earth Music. A lot of covers on this one. Of course, Jesse was a folkster. I think there's some hits on here. Euphoria, that's great. It's kind of psyche, kind of good time too, though. A lot of this stuff's kind of good time. All My Dreams Blue, Too Much Monkey Business, Dreamer's Dream, Sugar Babe, that's pretty good. I don't remember much about this. Reason to Believe is a Tim Hardin cover. The Wine Song. I don't remember much about this album. It's pretty good. More folk rock, kind of a psych edge to it. But this next album is where they hit it big. 1969's Elephant Mountain. Darkness, Darkness. I call Darkness, Darkness psych, definitely. It was this minor hit. It's very moody, very dark. And it ends with some great fuzz guitar in there. Ooh, man, what stuff. Great stuff. Elephant Mountain. I think this is their best album. I believe it is. What else we got on here? It's a mixture of country, jazz, and psych. Sunlight is really good. Smug. That's a good one. And Quicksand. Ooh, yeah, Quicksand. Yeah. Black Mountain Breakdown. So again, it's a little psyche. It's more in the folk rock vein, but these guys were tied in with that whole San Francisco scene pretty heavily. So I'd say if you're gonna get one Youngbloods, you probably want to get the greatest hits. It cuts out all the other fluff. Euphoria, Quicksand, Let's Get Together, Darkness, Darkness, Grizzly Bear. Guess she's gone to Frisco to do it there. But when I woke up this morning, good time, she was gone. She was gone. Great stuff. It is essential. I hate good time music, but they do it good. They're different. Okay, this next album features Tommy Bolin on guitar. Yeah, and it's Zephyr from 1969, Boulder, Colorado. Is this psych? No. It's blues rock, but Tommy Bolin is so great. He bends those notes. He gives you that stuff you want on guitar. The vocalist on this is a woman. Sometimes she is compared to Janis Joplin, but every female vocalist is compared to Janis Joplin. That's not fair. Candy Givens. She had a solo career beyond this. They had 3 albums. None of them are Psych. I like this one the best. It's out there. It's got some good jams on here. Sail On, I call it the best. But it's even though it's kind of jazzy, kind of bluesy, it rocks hard. It kicks it. That's Psych though. That's Psych. Now, some of you are wondering, whatever happened to the Lollipop Shop? We love those guys. Well, some of the members went on to form the band Zipper from Portland, Oregon, 1975. Fred Cole from the Lollipop Shop. This one, it's 75, folks. You gonna have Psych on here? Well, yeah, you would if it was some bands, but not these guys. This is hard rock. It's got, some people say it's psyche. The good stuff on here is Face of Stone. It's underground. It's sludge. It's got some pretty decent stuff. There's some good guitar on here. Check it out. Not Psych, though. Pretty obscure stuff. I say they're like Led Zeppelin. Killer guitar. Killer, killer, killer. But not Psych. Now, we're ready for the last group on this saga I presented. Oh, this is so sad. I'm coming to the end. But I mentioned these guys all through the series, and that would be, of course, the Zombies. These guys were from St. Albans, Hertfordshire, Hertfordshire in the UK, and these were art students who decided we don't want to be artists, we want to be rock stars. And of course, you got Rod Argent on the keyboards, and Zombies were a keyboards band, just like his solo, his group Argent was also keyboard based, but also the dreamy vocals of Colin Bloomstone. Wonderful stuff. Still in the shrink. This is not Psych. What is this? This is like 1965. How can it be? It's not Psych. It's on Parrot Records, but it's got 2 great songs in it. She's not there. Well, let me tell you about the way she looks, the way she acts down the corner of her head. Her eyes were clear and bright, but she's not there. Dreamy, moody. Oh man, nobody had it like the Zombies. They were that minor key, that wonderful stuff. Tell her no, 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 no. No. And some of your Psych people are out there going, get us out of here. I hate this stuff. It's not Psych. It's R&B in places. Very dreamy. Some of it's beat. A lot of R&B covers, but it's essential. If you like British invasion music, if you like beat pop, you gotta have it. It's not Psych though. It's 2 years before Psych. What do you want? Nobody was doing Psych then. Few guys, maybe. Now, they waited a couple years to come out with their next album. I don't know what that was about. But this next album, Odyssey and Oracle, 1965, Baroque Psych. This is regarded by many as one of the greatest psychedelic albums of all time. I wouldn't go there. I do love the Zombies, but I like actually, hang me, Dennis. I'm more into the beat stuff than I am into their psychedelic forays. But there's some great stuff on here. Of course, it's got that great song on here, A Time of the Season. It's the time of the season. It's just wonderful. Moody again. Psychedelia. Wonderful stuff on here. There's some good stuff on here. Hung Up on a Dream. Care of Cell Block 44. And of course, the cover is amazing. But if you're looking for the fuzz freak out stuff, you're not going to get it on here. This stuff is pretty laid back. It's dreamy. It's minor key. But it's still great stuff. Melancholy, minor key, moody. That's the Zombies. Wonderful stuff, though. Very evocative. Very otherworldly. This is a comp that came out. Time of the Zombies. It's a double album. Tells you the story of the Zombies. The nice thing about this one, it includes a lot of the early R&B tracks that you don't find on albums. Or there was a Parrot album called Early Zombies. I didn't get that, but this duplicates some of that. And this also has there are two other albums I talked about here, including I think all of Odyssey and Articles on here. So this is, I mean, if you're like me, you want to get the original albums. But you also want to get if you're completist, who wouldn't want to get everything by the Zombies? You got to have this as well. Okay, that's it for the records. Ta-da! There's two more things I need to mention here. And these are some comps or some weird box sets. There are box sets in Psych from the 60s. This is weird. I don't know why Capitol did this. This is a box set of 3 Capitol albums. Steve Miller Band doing Sailor, my favorite Steve Miller. The Band, music from Big Pink. And Quicksilver Messenger Service, their first album. So they didn't even pick the best albums by these guys. I don't know why they did this. This is a Capitol promotion. I don't think it was. It may have been just promotion only. So here's the cover for Steve Miller Band Sailor. But this is a fold-out thing. Here's the music from Big Pink by the band. And here's the one you really care about, Quicksilver. Here's the Quicksilver Peace Brother. I found this at a record store one time. It's like $7. I go, I already got this stuff, but it's so weird. I'll get it. A box set of those 3 guys. Why? I don't know. It looks like a classical music box set, kind of. It's even got some gold on the spine. Like, let's put this next to Beethoven's 9 symphonies here. Alrighty, and my whoa. The last one on earth. Ooh, and that is Fillmore's The Last Days. Another box set, which is very psyche. This is a fun box set here. You get a little 45 here, words by Bill Graham. Thank you, Bill. Bill was the promoter at Fillmore East and West. And they also had a Fillmore in Colorado. For those of you who collect psychedelic posters, you can get some of those from all those places. You even get a little ticket to the Fillmore here. Ooh, I'm going to go to the Fillmore. All right, who am I going to see here? Mike Bloomfield, we like him. Chicago Slim, Bola Sete, Mike Finnegan's Gold, and 10 years after. Okay, going home, my Billy. Yeah, got my ticket. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see it. And this is they also give you a poster in here, which is a reproduction of a Fillmore poster. Whoa, don't rip it, Dennis. I lost $1 in the value there. Okay. There had to be some collateral damage with the series. There we go. And there's a little booklet. But it's the music we care about. What do you got in here? Santana? The Grateful Dead is on here. What are they doing on this thing? The Grateful Dead do Casey Jones. That's pretty good for Working Man's Dead. And Johnny B. Good. New Riders of Purple Sage are on here doing Henry. Stone Ground, we talked about them doing Passion Flower. Hot Tuna, Keep Your Lamps Trimmed and Burning. Santana, Taj Mahal, he's blues. Alvin Bishop, blues. And they do a jam. Lamb is on here. Malo, which is a Hispanic rock. The Sons of Chapel, we talked about them doing Papa Can Play. It's a Beautiful Day do. What do you think It's a Beautiful Day does? White bird in a golden cage. Quicksilver do. Ooh, have another hit of fresh air and mojo. So this is a nice souvenir. I never got to go to the Fillmore. But a wonderful souvenir of the Fillmore, which provided so many wonderful concerts. So that's it. No more. Sorry. But this spring I'm going to come back and I'll give you a video series, which will probably be fairly short, on my psychedelic 45s. And if I get enough feedback, I got like 150 some subscribers. Thank you. 9,000 hits. This is still October. I only started this thing at the end of September. So if you see this a year later, It will be dated somewhat. But join me for the spring of 2025. We're going to go over some more psych. There's never enough psych. Always got to have some more. Thank you so much. And I will see you then.